telling the person not to touch the fire, if they're curious about it, they're going to go touch the fire.
You tell me, how many of you have touched fire after your parents or an adult told you not to? And how many of you still did it?
Yeah.
I totally did.
I totally did.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another This Is My Real Hair Color episode. We're the hosts. My name's MJ.
My name is Adam.
And we want to just say thank you again for joining us. Welcome to this fresh month. We're recording this and it's just the beginning of March, so we're excited to see what this month holds. Hopefully everyone's doing good and staying healthy.
Yeah.
It's a major point. We're going to be talking about hair color in Japanese schools.
Ooh.
Now, everyone, this is something that's been becoming a topic here and there, especially of recent because it's been highlighted in the news here in Japan, and we wanted to talk about this, especially me. If you noticed, I like hair.
Yeah.
Long hair on my head,
Yeah.
long hair on my upper lip, all right? So we're going to read an article from Japan Today that highlights what has happened. Here we go. Tokyo high schools ask students to certify hair color is not altered. Nearly half of Tokyo high schools asked students with hair that is wavy or not black to submit certificates confirming that their hair is not artificially altered. Of 177 high schools run by the Tokyo metropolitan government, 79 asked for these certificates signed by parents, citing information on the Japanese Communist Party obtained from the metropolitan government. Already that party doesn't sound like a good party to be part of.
I know.
In Japan, many schools have strict rules about hair color, accessories, makeup, and uniforms, including the length of skirts for girls. Tokyo's Board of Education told NHK that the hair certificates are not compulsory. You don't have to do it.
Okay.
But the broadcaster said only 5 of the 79 schools made it clear in writing that students aren't required to submit them. End of article. Okay, so this is something that I saw on the news like a week ago prior from this recording that we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And then seeing this here, I didn't know that it seems like NHK was the main broadcaster of this information that talked about how these schools have asked all their students, only the ones with curly and non-black hair, to certify, to prove that their hair is of natural from
Color
birth.
From birth.
And this is a little concerning. For me, I just think of, why does it matter?
Yeah.
I know, it says here, in Japanese, there's many schools have strict rules. And okay, like, we know about that. We've known that uniforms are the norm.
Pretty
in Japan,
much, yeah.
Where back in North America, only private schools would have uniforms.
Right.
Any other general public schools, you can wear whatever you want.
Right.
And same with hair color. Thinking back when I was in middle school, I remember specifically because everyone was bleaching their hair.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There was a time
Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears.
in the 90s, yeah, that a lot of people were doing it. And I remember a gang of my friends doing it. And I was like, not for me.
Right.
No way you're going to have me bleach my hair, destroy the natural color of my hair.
Yeah.
But so many people did it. And my school didn't say anything. I was in a public school.
Yeah. I was thinking about this a lot as well. And I saw the
Yeah.
news article and I read the forums as well about the same topic. And I just go back to the idea that North America, we pride ourselves on individuals and everybody being different.
Yep.
And everybody being their own person. I can see where in middle school, junior high school, where the children are practicing their individuality.
Yes.
They're
trying to
learning
find out,
about themselves.
who am I?
Who am I?
Who are you? I don't
Who
care
am
about
I?
you right now.
I care about me.
I'm having so much trouble figuring out
out.
who I am.
Right. It's such a very precious time.
Yeah.
I think very
Confusing.
very confusing, very important time where a child finds out who they are, who they're maybe going to be in the future. It definitely sets out themselves for the future to try new things and make mistakes early on and experiment. So I realized this, and this is a big part of growing up in North America. Experimenting and figuring out who you are is very huge.
But the thing is, for me anyways, what's the point?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Why is this rule in place?
Right.
What does it matter if my hair is natural or if it's not natural?
Yeah.
I'm here to study, everyone, not to hang out with you.
Right.
Go on with the class.
Yeah.
Making this a problem just creates more problems. Like, the negativity just continues to spread from this rule.
Right.
When you think about, like, if there wasn't this rule, where would the problem lie? And then I hear some people say, oh, well, in Japan, a long time ago, and possibly currently too, if you dressed a certain way, or if you had a certain kind of look or vibe feel, then that is very similar to the same looks as maybe possible gang members, or someone who's affiliated with said gang. I've even heard people say that it is almost an entrance where, like, gangs will kind of look for new members in school kids by seeing the ones that are going outside of the box and being different. So if you do, oh, hey, look at that young high school kid. He has his hair all dyed.
It's longer than usual.
It's longer. Yeah. The button's not up to his neck. He's smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Maybe he can
smoking a cigarette.
Maybe
that's extreme.
Join our gang.
Yeah.
So, okay, so then it's the school or whoever made this rule is protecting, they think they're protecting the kids by saying, you're not going to have that opportunity if you don't look like that. But I don't think that holds any water.
Well, the other thing I just thought of right now is that you give a child a rule and you tell them this rule will make them different, and they want to be different. So what are they going to do? Are they going to obey the rule if they want to be different, or disobey the rule? Telling the person not to touch the fire, if they're curious about it, they're going to go touch the fire.
You tell me, how many of you have touched fire after your parents or an adult told you not to? And how many of you still did it?
Yeah.
I totally did.
I totally did. Multiple times. I think I have a burn on my hand from touching fire.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, like, you'd say don't do something, and it becomes, why can't I do it? Let me just try a little bit.
Now I'm interested.
Whereas if it's not a problem, if we don't say, hair color, your hair is light brown, so you got to dye it jet black to be like everybody else. It doesn't become a problem. It's not an issue anymore. It's not something that everyone looks at because everyone's doing it. On the other side, I can see where the concern would be when these sort of things are like rich kids dye their hair and not so rich kids or people who are not from wealthy families can't dye their hair. So it's a way to see who is who in the school. And then it starts with the bullying and stuff like that. Like, oh, he has black hair, so he's from a poor family. Like, if that's the situation, if that's what the schools are trying to avoid by having that, then maybe I could see the point. When I was in high school, I wore a uniform. It wasn't a super private school, but our school had uniforms. And I do see the difference. Like, when you go to a public school, there are kids who can wear the Nikes and the New Balances, and there are kids who can't. And they might get picked on because they're not able to.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a way to, like, see who is who in the school. So that's one of the benefits of having uniforms, is that everyone is the same.
Right.
And you can't bully someone based on what they're wearing.
Yeah.
But now it's like their hair color too.
It seems like they're focusing too much on outer looks. When there's a lot more problems that should be talked about and could be handled.
Right.
Than just figuring out, like, hey, you look this way, you shouldn't look that way.
Right.
Reading different articles on this, I hear different angles and different information from other outlets, like the Mainichi News said there was a notice issued in schools in September of 2019 demanding that schools respect students' human rights when providing instructions on hair color and dealing with problematic behavior.
Yes.
And I think that's the major thing. Because that's what's going to translate into when they become adults.
Right.
And it's probably even there from before when they were smaller and younger.
Yeah.
But yeah, to respect them because they are people too.
Yeah.
Unless we're all not people. But it is something that has happened many, many a time before. Here's CNA article, channelnewsasia.com. In 2017, a woman in Osaka sued the prefectural government for damages after she was forced to dye her hair naturally brown to black. But then I read another article that said, yeah, like that, Tokyo has banned metropolitan junior and high schools from instructing students to dye their hair black when it is naturally another color.
Right.
But if your hair is naturally black and then you dye it to something that is not your natural hair color, now we can come and say, hey,
dye it back.
But then won't it in turn create some like hate for the people who have black hair? Jet black hair, and maybe they're like, hey, that's not fair. I want like a little light color to my hair, but you're allowed to do it because it's natural. Now I don't like you.
Well, see, that's where the problem lies.
Yeah.
Because then there's like that envy thing. Envy. Where like, oh, you have curly hair. It's so nice. Ah, urayamashi.
Yeah, look at your big nose.
Urayamashi.
Sunglasses fit so nice on your head.
And then the children start, in their precious time of growing up and finding who they are, they start thinking about what they look like, their appearance. Chotto futotteru. I'm a little bit chubby.
Yeah.
I don't feel good.
Yeah.
I'm kind of depressed about my hair color. I can't change anything about myself.
Whoa.
I just have to be this way until whenever.
Yeah, until I become an adult.
Until I become an adult. When's that going to be? It's something that they shouldn't have to worry about when they're that age. Personally, in my opinion, my non-professional, unbiased but biased opinion.
Canadian opinion.
Let the kids focus only on their school, studying,
yes,
and enjoying their couple years as a young adult with no responsibilities before the big stuff happens. Because when they are adults, a lot more is on the table than hair color. If it doesn't affect their learning, then who cares?
Let us know in the comments down below what you all think about this topic. I'm on the same page with Adam.
We've probably angered a lot of people right now, but
this is our opinions, and you're entitled to your opinion, so you can talk about that and tell us what you think in the comments down below, and hit the like button
if you want. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it.
That's fine too. Subscribe if you enjoyed it. If you want to help us get a podcast going, you can do that by joining our YouTube membership down there. Now, I've heard recently some people say on their smartphones they can't access the join button. So go to a computer, your PC, and sign in, check it out there, and you'll be able to see it right next to the subscription button. Hopefully you can join us and help us in this community of enjoying English. Not just learning, enjoying. Broadening minds.
Horizons. Seeing past the horizon. We also got SNS. If you want to contact us, you can hit us up on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and as well Instagram, where we spend most of our time and post the most frequently.
Yes.
Check Instagram.
We'll see you on the next step.